Today we're talking about the Gateway to Freedom Real Estate Investor Conference being held right here in St. Louis, October 17th, 18th, and 19th. My name's Rich Groves. I'm a real estate investor right here in the St. Louis area. I purchased my first investment property in 2005. I have a rental portfolio in the metro St. Louis area. I do rehabs. I also do wholesaling. And because of my guest today, I can actually say I help people make double-digit returns on their money backed by real estate. My guest today is an amazing person with a pure heart. She's a fierce woman in the REI space, savvy, knows the business like the back of her hand. She is known as the queen of raising private money. Her education platform, known as RPM, gives people the knowledge and tools to successfully raise capital for their real estate deals. As my mentor and friend, I was so humbled when she graciously accepted our invite to join us at Gateway to Freedom. So I am so excited to introduce you today, if you don't know her, or reconnect you. My guest today is Amy Mahjoory. How are you doing, Amy?
I am doing great. And as I continue to tell you, I'm just such a big fan and advocate of everything that you do. And, you just have such a big heart. And so whatever I can do to support you and your community, I'm all about it. So it's great to be here.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Was there anything I missed on the little intro that you'd like to talk about?
No, you're too kind. I just like everyone else, I'm a investor, a mom, a wife, a family person, just trying to survive. And yeah, I just love teaching people how to raise money.
That is awesome. I know we're super excited because there's so much value that you have and you're going to be bringing to this conference. But I want people to know a little bit about you. So we're going to peek behind the curtain a little bit, if you don't mind, and as
Sure.
vulnerable as you want to make it, that's perfectly fine. But what got you interested? Okay, that's the origin story, right? Everybody wants to ask that. But what got you
Sure.
even interested in getting into real estate investing?
I vividly remember my best friend, who's no longer my best friend. We're working on it though. Her ex-husband and I, he worked in construction. This was 15 years ago. I was sitting at my house, an HGTV junkie, watching all these home renovation shows. And I looked at him and I'm like, Kevin, why aren't we doing this? I didn't think about raising money, but I was like, construction. I know how to build a team. Why don't we go flip a couple of houses just for fun? It never led into anything. But then for years, I kept hearing this ad on the radio. And I always joke about how the ad said, give us all your money, we'll teach you how to flip houses. And that ad was my very first mentor, Than Merrill, owner and founder of Fortune Builders. And so I went to his event, I invested in his coaching program. It was still meant to just be like a side hustle, a hobby. I was working a corporate job with Dell Computers, and I was trying to get a job with Nike. And I was like, I'll just flip a couple houses on my own just for fun. And it was crazy how just having a coach and a community and a proven system, how that delivers results. And so really fast forward to the whole story, what happened at the end of that very first year was two things. Number one, I really fell in love with the transformation process, and I've been a flipper ever since. And number two, yeah, I saw that there was no cap on my financial earning potential. And so at that point, I said, forget about Dell, forget about Nike. I became a full-time real estate investor, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's an incredible testament to you and the faith you had in yourself to do that. A lot of people talk about, hey, I quit my corporate job, or my husband or wife had a job, so I was able to make that jump. But you did that before being married or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah, and look, everyone has a different story, and I know you get it. And no, I didn't have a husband, a boyfriend, or a business partner. And that's why even today, I'm like, you can do it on your own. You don't need anyone. Just do it, men, women, whatever. At the same time, I was 35. I didn't have any responsibility. I had no kids. So big deal. Worst thing that happened was I failed in real estate. And literally, I was like, I'll go wait tables. But I didn't care. I also knew, though, that I was coachable and disciplined. And so that's why, as you know, it's like we're both a part of different coaching programs, right? It's just tell me what to do, coach, and I'll go do it. So I never had a problem following directions.
Right. Awesome. Because that actually that's awesome that you even said that. Because I was going to add, you had the coaching program in place, but a lot of people have a little fear. But man, you're such a fierce person. You're such a fierce woman. You're just a fierce person. Like you know what you want. You go get it. And totally respect that about you. But was there any time, and even you said big deal. I'll go wait tables if I need to or whatever. Was there any type of fear or doubt in your mind?
No, that's just a character thing. I'm really good at problem solving. I don't, and I tell my friends this, everyone inside of our community this, like, don't worry about any hypothetical what if scenario. Once you set your mind to something, go freaking do it, right? No excuses, find people, change your circles. I lost best friends along the way. My family didn't support me, made a bunch of money, lost it all. But no, it's a character thing, I guess. Once I set my mind to something, like I'm going to figure out how to do it.
Awesome. No, that's incredible. So, you mentioned connecting with the Fortune Builders folks and Dan Merrill and all of those folks. How do you feel that connecting with coaches and experienced professionals helped you as you were learning?
I literally goosebumps because when I invested in to Fortune Builders 10 years ago, I put 25 G's on a credit card. I didn't have any money. I didn't care again because I believed in the system. Um, I tell those guys all the time, so does my husband Sean, that we would not be where we are today if it weren't for them. Did they teach me everything in real estate? No, they taught me a lot. I got my strong foundation from them. I learned the basics, everything from A to Z from them. Um, and I'm always going to be a huge advocate. But that was what really jump started my career into diversifying my investment strategies, starting my own coaching program, helping people all over the world, sticking into the industry even in 2017. You know the story when I lost $1.4 million. It's because of my ability to raise money and understand buying criteria that I was able to pivot instead of exiting the game and rebuild everything I had lost, right? So, but you guys have to decide, what are you passionate about? Why do you want this? That was a huge thing that, Fortune Builders helped me was, what is your why? Because once I had that why, that became my motivating and driving force. There's just a lot of moving parts. So, right now I love coaching. I love helping people raise private money. That is my number one priority, and it's my baby after my family. And then number two is I'm still flipping. I love it. I flip here in Austin. I'm wrapping up some flips in Phoenix, and then I'll keep flipping in San Diego. So that's always going to be a part of who I am. And now my focus more is just about selectively growing the RPM community and just helping people realize that they too can change their lives by investing in real estate when they know how to solve the money problem.
Let me just lean real quick into, you had your coaching in place, you had the belief in yourself, but if you talking to, say, a new real estate investor, what
Mm-hmm.
what would you say to them as the best way for them to avoid making any of those potential mistakes that new real estate investors make?
Oh man, there's so much advice. First of all, parents, don't let me mentor your children. So, no, I'm not just saying this because I have a coaching program, but find a freaking coach. Like, it really is an investment. It's not a cost. If you want the fast track, if you want to minimize mistakes, first, first figure out what you want to do. Don't go be like, I think I want to do multifamily. I think I want to flip. I think I want to wholesale. Figure out what you want to do and then go find someone who has had success. And yes, pay them to coach you and give you the fast track. Um, Also, nobody's got time for drama. So if your circles have not already started to shift your circles, right? We've all heard, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, you're the sum of the five people you surround yourself with. But like, that's true. So immerse yourself into people and communities and events where people are doing what you want to do. People have achieved the type of success you are on track to achieve. So it's a little bit of everything, changing your life personally and professionally. And, more importantly is get rid of the drama, stay true to yourself and find a freaking coach.
That's so awesome. Yeah, 100%. And that has been like our very consistent answer for these folks that we've been talking with and interviewing. Absolutely. And I'm definitely on board with that. I think that's absolutely right. Even though Gateway to Freedom itself, we're not a sales fest. Our conference isn't like, hey, come by the Gateway to Freedom program. That's not it. But our speakers, many of them, not even all of them, but many of them might have some type of mentorship or program that you can get into. So if you connect with them and you think like, hey, I really like what that person has to say, definitely take Amy's advice and talk with them and see about their mentorship program. Let me follow up. It's a two-part question here. One is, what opportunity do you think that a conference like Gateway to Freedom offers to people that want to learn more about real estate investing?
Okay, so number one is look at the person hosting the event. Again, this isn't like, oh, Rich is amazing. That's not the purpose of this recording, but he is amazing. So I think the type of people that you attract are serious people, whether they're new or experienced, they're genuine, they want to help each other. And look, you have a strong pulse on the local market, but it's not just a local event, right? People are flying in from all over. You've got speakers coming in from all over across various investment strategies. So just going to your event, number one, the biggest takeaway I feel like is going to be the networking. And it's not what you know, it is who you know. So go to Rich's event. And be intentional with your time and the people that you're meeting. I always say, I don't care how much you like someone, don't spend all day chatting with that person. Like, try to shake as many hands as possible. And then you're the expert in the area, right? Like, lean into Rich, ask him for advice, for support, who to connect with and who to talk to. He's an amazing connector. So I think for those of you who are new, experienced, part-time or full-time, going to this event is going to change a minimum of 2 strategies in your business if you're just intentional and present with your time.
But no, thank you for that. I didn't expect that, but I 100% agree with you. The networking is such a big thing on these conferences. People put such a high priority sometimes on the speakers. Yeah, we've got an incredible speaker lineup, yourself included, but it's so much more than just the speakers, right? I mean, the speakers are incredible value. But the networking and the opportunity to make the connection. I was teasing last year when we were doing this. I think I had a little video clip that said, "Oh, I heard one time that a couple met their life partner through one of these conferences," and I was kind of tongue in cheek kidding about it. I actually ran into a couple that met at Gateway to Freedom last year, and they're together.
No way.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Isn't it? And that's an honest
That's
story.
amazing.
I'm gonna come
meet your
interview.
boyfriend or girlfriend.
Exactly.
But you know what else I love just about the speakers that you have who I know is none of them are assholes. So they're actually there to help. So you guys, the speakers aren't just gonna like fly in and out and preach from stage and tell you something. They're there to really help you, and they're all so freaking cool, and you can pick their brains all weekend. So just go. It's not a big deal. Just no excuses. Just make it happen.
True. So true. So finally, I'm going to wrap it up with this last question for you, Amy. Just because you could ask 35 different people and get 35 different answers, or at least a variation of answers. But, the conference is called Gateway to Freedom. Gateway, obviously, because it's a play on the whole St. Louis gateway to the West kind of thing. But the freedom part is very intentional. We were very intentional to include that word. But what does the word freedom mean to Amy Mahjoory?
Yeah, it's you having the option to pick and choose what you want to do personally and professionally. Because at the end of the day, look, real estate's the number one wealth generator in this country. And no, your why shouldn't be, I want to get into real estate to make a bunch of money. Money allows us to do things, to experience things. It makes life easier, doesn't make us happier. But Gateway to Freedom means you're putting yourself in a position to win and build your lifestyle by design. What do you want to do? Who do you want to spend your time with? And where do you want to go? You can do all of those things on your timeline if you just unlock the key to knowing how to invest in real estate the right way.
Wow, that was powerful. That was awesome, Amy.
Thank you.
That's an amazing answer. Wow. Incredible. And folks, I know I'm not the only one. I mean, I know Amy, but just connecting with her right now was incredible. And hopefully, folks out there, I know not hopefully. So, folks out there, I know you connected with Amy too, just listening to this. And if you want to connect even further with Amy and 30 other speakers that we're going to have on stage at Gateway to Freedom, get out there today at the website www.g2free.com. That's g2free.com. Get your tickets now. They are discounted right now for a short time. So get them while they last and connect with other real estate investors and speakers like the incredible Amy Mahjoory. And Amy, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you spending time with me today. And one last thing, for those of you out there, you go out, you get your tickets, but you can't wait. You got to get out there and start networking right now. If you're in the St. Louis area, I actually put together a list of all the St. Louis area real estate investor meetups. If you go to Gateway to Freedom, there's a link at the top that says Connect in St. Louis. Click on that, fill out the form. I will send you that list. So you have a list of all the real estate investor meetups in the St. Louis area. So then you can get a head start before you come to Gateway to Freedom in October here in St. Louis and meet Amy Mahjoory and the other speakers we have on stage. Thanks so much, Amy. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Rich. My pleasure.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
So go on g2free.com, get your tickets. And then if you can't wait to meet people like our speakers before the event, there is a list of St. Louis Real Estate Investor Associations, a RIA list that is on the link. You click the button, enter your email, and we will send you out that list. And then you can go out and pre-meet these speakers and these people in your community and your network to be prepared to fully take advantage of this conference. Our contact information will be in the show notes, as well as, again, go to g2free.com and get your tickets and your RIA list.